The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.
Well, welcome to another broadcast, special broadcast actually, of the Pulse of Spokane. And as so many are doing these days, everything is remote. So you get to see a little of my home office. Gordon Hester is with us. He's the new, as of the first of the year, the new president of Kiemle Hagood here in town, a commercial real estate firm, and you handle a lot of the big facilities downtown and around the area, don't you?
Yeah, we're doing quite a bit of business and trying to help out a lot of our local businesses that are currently struggling quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a tough time. Got to ask you, what impact is it having on your business right now? How are you handling things differently?
Internally, we're still classified as an essential services provider, so we're open for business, but the vast majority of our employees are working from home. We have out of what usually is about 70 employees, I think we have 6 or 7 in the office, and everybody else is at home. So still trying
you're
to.
in your office too, aren't you?
I'm in my office.
Yeah.
Still trying to work with the tenants and keep the critical buildings running and that kind of stuff. Still kind of business as normal.
Okay, so your company handles a lot of the large facilities in our area, and that's different probably in the small, a couple thousand square foot buildings around town and so forth, although I know you have some of those. And so you're dealing with a lot of national firms that lease space from you and through you. What effect does the no rent pay kind of thing that was implemented from the city, what is that having to you? But you're really representing a lot of business owners who own these businesses as their agent. So it's affecting you and them. What's going on?
I think we're all kind of cautiously looking to see, now that it's the 2nd of April, what that means for April rent collection. Our business makes money.
Don't they usually come in between now and about the 5th of the month?
Correct. So really, you're watching it on a daily basis, and I really don't know what to estimate the collection is going to be. Our building owners still have buildings to operate and operating expenses to pay, whether the building's open or not. So it's a bit of a guess, and it's a little frightening to figure out how to keep things running if you're expecting 50% of the typical revenue coming in.
Yeah. Now, some of the national firms or some of the larger companies that rent space, I'm going to guess have an easier access to capital. They've already set up the loan agreements and those kinds of things just for cash flow and so forth. Without naming names, because we don't want to do that, of course, but are you finding some of them telling you that rent is either going to be very late or not for a while in April and May? Have you heard from some of the clients out there?
Yeah, and I think that in the retail sector, especially in that area, we're getting letters from the national retailers basically saying, don't expect any rent in April and May, and we'll get back to you in June as to what it looks like. So they're basically form letters that they're sending to every landlord. So our estimate as to whether we actually receive the rent or not is a bit speculative at the moment.
Yeah. Do you think some of these loans of SBA and others, at least for some of the medium-sized and smaller companies, will help get out of this?
I think it will. The terms are pretty attractive for the business owner. I think the big challenge is, I think it's just such an overwhelming time that, especially for maybe the not the big owner, the smaller, more unsophisticated owner that's just trying to struggle with the emotion of how to keep their business open, to have a constructive dialogue with your property manager, your landlord, and your banker, our company has been in very constant contact with our banker and our building owners, and just trying to make sure that everybody's working through it together and not letting the fear of the moment kind of drive you down.
Yeah, I guess the good news in all of this, and I put quotes around it very loud and clear and been bold, is that we're all in this one way or the other. It's affecting us as employees, as leasers, leases. I mean, it's impacting everybody. And I think we're all going to learn an awful lot in the next at least 4 weeks.
Oh, I agree. And I think that's the big takeaway that I've learned, is that just trying to take that deep breath, and that we're all in it together. And then whether you're a tenant, business owner, or a person in your apartment, or a large landlord, we're just going to have to work together to get through it, because it's really an unprecedented time.
Yeah, yeah. Any good stories that you've heard of any of your landlords or others that have gotten back to you and said, well, I'm going to make it through this, Gordon, and we'll all, do this together. Have you heard any feedback like that?
Yeah, I would say that's probably the majority of what I'm hearing back. People are very constructive, and they understand that we're all, as you said, we're all in it together. So, how can we constructively work through it and care for each other? And you always get the one or two offs that are very negative and very afraid, but it really is. And you and I have talked about it before, what a great city and a great people, that we're surrounded by here in Spokane. So the attitude of how can we help has really been the majority of what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, good. Any last words from you as a key business leader here in Spokane? You've got the pulse of what's going on literally in the business community and so forth. Any last words? We have about 30 seconds left.
I think the big advice I give people is take that breath and be calm and care for each other, and that we all understand that you have physical health and safety as a number one priority, and the care for your employees as a very important priority. And we'll figure out the economic impact as we go, and let's just try to be friends and care for each other and be kind to each other in this very frightening time.
We're really fighting the two viruses, the coronavirus and the economic virus. And I think with help from federal government and state and local and so forth, we will get through it. But we're just all going to have a lot of patience, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Gordon Hester from Kiemle Hagood, president. Welcome to your first 100 days as president, right?
Oh, boy.
Are you already talking about vacation this summer?
Yeah, I wish.
Well, good. Gordon, thank you very much, and we'll be talking to you in the next couple weeks here as well. So have a good day.
Take care of yourself.
Okay?
You too.
You've been watching the special edition of The Pulse of Spokane.
Well, this is Looms Day in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in 2nd grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.